One of our state's greatest assets is our educated workforce. It's this workforce that has helped to build the great organizations represented here this evening and the vibrant, diverse economy within our state. As we look to the future, it is imperative that we continue to develop and grow our educated workforce. To do so will require a world-class education system for Minnesota. Historically, Minnesota's K-12 education system has been recognized as one of the nation's best. Indeed, our state is home to many outstanding schools and educators. We thank them always for the contributions they make for our collective benefit. But Minnesota is also home to one of the largest achievement gaps in the nation, and graduation rates among diverse, economically disadvantaged students are sadly among the lowest in the country. Simply stated, this achievement gap is leaving too many of our young people behind, and it threatens the future prospects for our organizations, our state, its citizens, and communities. The partnership is committed to doing our part and has established Minnesota's Future Award to recognize and support exceptional educators who are providing every day, proving every day that all students can succeed regardless of their background or circumstance. This year, we are honored to present the Future Award to an outstanding organization, Northside Achievement Zone. NAZ is a community partnership designed to ensure that every student in North Minneapolis graduates from high school well prepared for future opportunities and growth. Please join me in watching a brief video on how NAZ is making a difference in the lives of students, families, and communities in North Minneapolis.
The mission of the Northside Achievement Zone is to eradicate the egregious and persistent achievement gap and to also end multi-generational poverty using education as a lever. Millions and millions of dollars have been spent in North Minneapolis, and we are actually seeing the achievement gap get bigger, not smaller. The achievement gap is felt in real terms, in terms of who attends college, who gets employed. Minnesota has historically had the most educated workforce in our nation. We are losing that, and we are slipping.
We really do want to ensure that all organizations within our state, businesses, community organizations, our government, have the access to talented, capable, diverse workers.
We are part of the great Minnesota tradition of innovating. Last year, we had 42 other neighborhoods come visit, neighborhoods from around the country as well as internationally, because they've heard about our model, they've heard that it's working, and they want to replicate it, and they can.
Normally, the Minnesota Future Award is presented to a single school, but this year we chose NAZ because of their successful involvement with 10 schools within the city of Minneapolis.
We are a results-driven, data-focused collaborative, re-engineering how the social sector relates to each other. 70% of our families make $20,000 or less, and 98% of our families are families of color. We've always had housing organizations, schools, health, but never have we come together around the same families and the same children who need it most. Ajasia attends one of our 10 anchor schools, which is Elizabeth Hall.
She has an academic navigator in school with her that gives her some one-on-one support. She also goes to our after school and attended our summer programming. Without the data, I wouldn't even be able to share with you right now how well she's actually done. It'd be a guess.
She has pushed herself, and she has pulled herself up a different level. She used to be really lax, and now it's, I want to read. She wants to be the one in the classroom that helps everybody. And I think that's what NAZ has given Ajasia.
I want to be a doctor when I grow up. When somebody's ready for a checkup, I'll just take their height and check their blood, all that stuff, make sure they're okay.
You know, she believes that now she's going to college, and she is. She will go to college.
The greatest thing that we can do in the Northside Achievement Zone for every single one of our children is let them know that we believe in them, that we are behind them, and we will not allow them to fail.
Thank you. Please join me in welcoming Sandra Samuels.
Thank you. Wow. It's such an honor that our collaborative is being recognized tonight. Thank you, Minnesota Business Partnership. And thank you to the many business leaders, public officials, governor, lieutenant governor, mayor, everybody, our funders, especially the Northside Funders Group, and our 43 partner organizations and schools. Our state has always led the way. We're known to be #1 for everything, has been mentioned tonight. Tragically, we're also #1 for the widest racial disparities around academic achievement, employment, and income. Blacks in Mississippi are doing better than those of us here in Minnesota. Come on now. With all the passion and brilliance in this room tonight, together, we can lead the nation in eradicating the achievement gap and preparing the world's best workforce. Yeah, we can. Given the diversity and tech savvy of the generation that's coming up behind us, we already have the best. We just need to give them all a first-rate education. And that's why NAS exists. And we know our approach is working. For example, that video was filmed at PYC, a partner organization where NAS kids like Ajasia gain a whole year in reading just over a summer. We also know that NAS kids are more ready for kindergarten by 14 percentage points. Our third graders rise in reading at 4 times the rate of their peers. And the longer kids are enrolled in NAS, the better they perform. And also, over 800 NAS parents are taking back the community and leading change. Finally, something that you'll all be really excited about, a return on investment study shows that each dollar invested in NAS returns more than $6. That's a $16.7 million return for every 100 participants. And we'll soon have 2,500 children enrolled and on a path to college. Ladies and gentlemen, we can absolutely do this. The baby t-shirts that are in the middle of all of your tables, which say the year that our youngest scholar will graduate from a 4-year college, they're actually worn by some of our youngest babies because this is what we believe. This represents the next Minnesota miracle. And the next Minnesota miracle lives in the middle of North Minneapolis. Thank you. But we can't get there alone. We need you. So let's make this a place where all of our children thrive, because all of our children are above average. Thank you. Thank you.
You can't leave yet. We have something else for you. But before we bring up our additional guest, I'd just like to say that you're the most courageous person I've ever met. What you didn't tell this audience is when you moved to Minneapolis with your family, where did you choose to live?
North Minneapolis, no place else.
Right in the middle of some of the most desperate situations in the city. She took her family there to help make it better. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So I have a couple of other gentlemen that run small companies here in the town that have a little something extra for you. So Brian Cornell, Ken Powell, can you join us?
Well, Scott, thank you and good evening. I think over the years, we've probably all heard the phrase, you need to celebrate the things you want to perpetuate. And certainly, my friend Ken Powell and his team at General Mills follows that principle each and every day. But we also recognize to perpetuate some of these great initiatives, it takes support, and occasionally, it takes funding. And I am very honored tonight, on behalf of General Mills and Target, to announce that we've both decided to contribute $1 million a year for the next 3 years, a total of $6 million. And we're doing that because all of us know how important it is to perpetuate the work that NAS is doing in our communities. We're doing it because we believe in you. But it was really an easy decision because one of the other things that our two companies share in common is our focus and belief that education and wellness is critically important, particularly for the families and children we serve. We want to make sure they can reach their full potential. So, Scott, we want to thank you and Charlie and the team for the work you do with the partnership. But Sandra, we want to thank you and your team for the difference you're making in our community. We believe in you, and we're looking forward to working with you for years to come. So thank you.
Thank you.
Great job. Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Okay, off we go. I think we're off.
Hey, how about a picture with all of us?
What the heck? Here we go.